Interesting stories, a couple of them in the last week or so about the late former First Lady Barbara Bush, who passed away last year, a woman for whom I think all of us had great respect for.
Yeah, I think she was very likable, and there's a new book out about her called The Matriarch.
And the book, The Matriarch, shows us this other side. It's creating actually sort of a mystery, I think, for people. On the next Unsolved Mysteries. On the outside, America saw a beaming First Lady, smiling, waving, baking Christmas cookies for the needy, and lavishing adoring affection on her husband. But behind the scenes, was there another Barbara Bush? An angry, aging member of an American political dynasty who claimed her heart crisis was Donald Trump's fault, and that her biggest supporters, Ronald and Nancy Reagan, kicked her and her husband when they were down. The secrets behind the late Barbara Bush on the next Unsolved. That's how he used to do it.
I know,
Robert Stack.
Yeah,
he growled it at you. On the next Unsolved Mystery. We're seeing. Isn't like
very funny.
Jennifer. Thank you. Those are the words I come in here to hear.
I love it.
You love it.
I love it.
Thank you. It is, thank you. But an entirely different picture. Look, the president actually kind of sort of said, I understand she was nasty to me, pretty nasty.
Yeah.
But to the president's credit, and it will prove to you I'm honest, folks. To the president's credit, he said, why wouldn't she not like me?
Right.
Look what I did to her sons.
Right. Like, he's very aware.
Right. So that was
of the issue.
Score one for Trump. 25th Amendment conversation on the table and all. That was a lucid moment for Trump.
Right. Yeah. This is I don't think a surprise that the Reagans and the Bushes and the Trumps don't like each other.
Well, the Trumps and nobody like each other.
That's not necessarily true.
But Trumps and the Horns.
I like the Trumps.
The Trumps and the Elders. The Trumps and the Pragers and the Gallaghers.
And the Gorkas.
Okay, oh yes, the Trumps and the Gorkas. But you would think after 8 years, the Gipper, he carried that George H.W. Bush. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, boy.
No, but for 8 years.
Now Barbara Bush hates you too.
No, God bless Barbara Bush and President Bush, and you know our hearts were sincere. But she believed, apparently she told somebody, that when George H.W. Bush and she were down, which I believe she's referring to the time after he lost the White House to then Governor Clinton, there was a heavy depression for both of them.
Right.
They talked publicly about it. She believed that Nancy Reagan kicked them when
took a public swat at them.
Well, what did Nancy Pants say?
Well,
she's another one. God rest her.
Reagan said. So Nancy said that she had tried calling Barbara Bush and could not reach her.
Okay.
And Barbara then reluctantly accepted a call from Nancy.
You know, the media, they say Barbara reluctantly took that call. I was there. Barbara jumped on that phone. She pounced on it like a bulldog. Was happy to talk to Nancy. It's not true.
So Nancy started out by saying that she knew it was a hard time with packing boxes and all. And Barbara interrupted her.
But you have 5 minutes.
Yeah. Barbara interrupted her and said, no, actually, everything is well. She said, quote, I told her that our friends and family had given us such a good welcome home and that they had pretty much unpacked for us, that the thing that made it tough was having her say all the ugly things about her on a television show.
So the question becomes, did Barbara Bush and Nancy Reagan, I'm going to use a word that all women know but probably don't like, did they have a catty relationship?
In fact, and I think the most interesting thing about this book, because we know about the Trumps and the Bushes, right? That's pretty public, and we can make guesses that they probably don't like each other.
Yeah, I think it was not very respectful.
But I think what is more juicy and informative, or I guess kind of for the first time we're hearing
intriguing.
The inside scoop, definitely intriguing, is that Nancy Reagan and Barbara Bush really did have a real dislike for each other. And it started back to when Reagan was in the White House. And Nancy Reagan actually crossed the Bushes off the list. And they actually have the evidence in the book of the guest list with the cross out through
probably with a red Sharpie. And Nancy Reagan, God rest her soul, history is pretty clear with the way she manipulated the administration's staffing. You did, by the way, not just Nancy Reagan. I'm going to put them all in this. I don't care if it's Nancy, and this is not a genderist thing. If Pete Buttigieg gets elected, watch out for his husband because he'll be after you too.